So fans have been asking forever now, since we had that Direct Mini and the Labo presentation, when is Nintendo dropping a Direct? Because they usually drop them so many days, 20 days or so after any of these minis that show up, and they kind of broke that trend recently. But now, yes, a Nintendo Direct is happening. It's actually happening tomorrow, March 8th. It takes place at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. So you're going to have to look kind of at your time zone to see when this is for you. But for me, it's at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And yes, I will be streaming it. So if you want to make sure you're alerted for that, just make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and it should pop up when I stream it. I'll probably go live about 15 minutes or so before the Direct, and we'll have a good time. Hopefully seeing some interesting stuff announced and hopefully some interesting games actually get fleshed out. We're going to actually talk a bit about what we could probably expect. I would say there's going to be some that are pretty much a lock to at least be seen here, and then others that might be hit or miss. It might happen, it might not. So let's kind of talk about what we think will show up here. Now, if you look at what they've shown as to what we can expect here, they do specifically point out 3DS as some sort of topic here with this Direct. It could be a couple different games get shown, maybe one. It's hard to say. I do know Detective Pikachu has been really on their Twitter account a lot, so maybe we see something about that. Or maybe they have a couple of localized games coming over, or maybe they just have something really cool to show off for the 3DS. Still has a pretty large fan base, right? So I understand why they can't quite leave that 70 million plus user base right now. It's so hard to step away from that and then just go right to the Switch's 17 or so million right now. I understand why. But after that, they do talk about Mario Tennis Aces, a game I'm actually really looking forward to because I like Mario Tennis. The one they put on the Wii U was not good. It was, as a lot of people say, very bare bones and everything. So it sounds like this one is going to be more fleshed out. It seems like it's going to be kind of like that one, just more to it, which is exciting. I like Mario Tennis on things like the GameCube, so I am looking forward to this, just see what they do with the Switch. And yes, it does obviously say Switch stuff will be here. This isn't the thing like where they said, oh, it's for, younger people at heart here, or gamers young at heart. It has nothing to do with, from what I can tell, Labo. That's going to be, I guess, its own thing going forward for these little presentations. Definitely not a Direct that they hype up like this. It seems like Switch will be at the forefront here. That's what they're going to spend a lot of their time on. This presentation is roughly 30 minutes according to them, which makes it, I guess, a little longer or right around the same as the E3 Direct. So if you thought that one was at least good enough for what they packed into that, that's about the amount of time they're giving themselves here. So what could we see here? Well, we could start with some of the ones that we're not 100% sure on. Those include things like Diablo. We've seen them teasing a lot, which is interesting because you figure they would start teasing as the announcement at least got closer, when they could actually start really talking about it. Not necessarily coming out soon, but just an announcement. You announce it months ahead of time or something. Maybe it's due out this fall or this holiday and they want to announce it now to get people hyped up. We could also see, because there's been a lot of talk about people saying Fortnite could be coming over. That could be something else we just hear about, right? I mean, think about the announcement of things like Doom and Wolfenstein 2, things that no one really saw coming technically, but they show up in the Direct anyway. So Fortnite could be there, and then of course, in this case, Diablo could also be here. But ones that I think need to be here, and I think will be here, they need to at least show something with Fire Emblem. Just something. Like, it just introduce us to it, show some of it, and then at E3 you can really flesh it out, tell us all about the story and everything, even spend a treehouse section on it, right, to really explain it and show gameplay. We need a title for Fire Emblem, we need to know the direction they're going in, and I'd like to see some sort of visuals about it, graphics we can expect. We'll probably also see just some quick promos for Kirby, since that's out next week, and they'll have a lot of people watching this just to give it one final little push towards next Friday. And we'll probably see something about the ports, like something like Donkey Kong. They'll probably, again, push that as well, just remind us of the release date. And then we need to see something about Yoshi, because all we've seen is that one segment during E3 that happened to come after the Metroid Prime 4 reveal that a lot of people kind of glossed over Yoshi. I'd like to see a little more about that. I feel like we'll probably get at least a release date for it, or a tentative release date. Oh, it's coming fall, or it's coming holiday or something. But maybe some more gameplay, showing it off very quickly, and then maybe some extra element to it, I don't know, just something else that Yoshi could be doing in that game. But at least a release date or a release window would be nice. I just like to know when Yoshi's coming. Maybe this Yoshi game is a summer release, and he's not even a holiday release. That'd be cool to have something like Yoshi that isn't like a big game, right? This isn't like a Smash or a Zelda or a Mario. He's kind of the second tier, but putting him out during the summertime would make a lot of sense. Now, we've also seen a couple of rumors that are kind of flying around this Direct in terms of, I would say, stuff that makes sense and probably will be there, because we have people like Tom Phillips, of course, from Eurogamer, kind of alluding to this, and the person who actually, or at least the Twitter account, that put out this Nintendo Direct rumor ahead of time when it would be, and it came completely true. They said it would be on Thursday, and you're going to see that here. This Direct announcement they put out days ago from Vandal Leaks. They say in another tweet that we can expect a Mario Odyssey DLC, along with a Pokken Tournament DLC, but a Mario Odyssey DLC that seems to have like a callback to a Luigi's Mansion themed level. That would be really neat. And then, of course, like I said, Tom Phillips also posted a, little eyes with the Mario Odyssey cap right there, Cappy. So that, it seems like a couple people are pointing to it, and Vandal Leaks was completely right about this Direct, and Tom Phillips with Eurogamer tends to at least have some insider knowledge with this. Yeah, I mean, honest, let's be real here. Mario Odyssey DLC makes a lot of sense. People have been calling for it because they like the game so much. Massive user base around this thing, right? It was all like 9 million copies go out, so it looks like that would make a ton of sense. And hey, I don't mind more Mario Odyssey, especially if it's something like a callback to Luigi's Mansion like level. That would be really cool to see. And unfortunately, at this point, it's anyone's guess. I mean, seriously, you could pick out random third parties that we don't know about that could just surprise us, like that Doom and Wolfenstein. People are going to say things like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's possible. You could see Grand Theft Auto there. Although that seems like a better E3 reveal to me. Something they can kind of save up for that. But who knows at this point? 30 minutes is quite a bit of time. Maybe they do have a brand new 3DS game they want to show off. We heard those weird rumors about another Zelda game. But who knows if they would actually do that with 3DS? They could. Again, it would sell. Right? Maybe we find out, people are going to ask, are we going to find out more about Pokemon? I think that would be its own Direct. I don't think we'll see anything about Pokemon at this one. Will we see Smash? Again, I think that's more of an E3 thing, something else they can save for that. This might not be a Direct that's as big as the E3 one in terms of announcements, but we could see third parties there just because Nintendo may want to put their stuff, at the forefront for E3 with their big show, because they still want to dress up their booth with something. And I don't think Fire Emblem is what they want to dress it up with. So that's going to be the big thing. What are we going to see there? What's going to really headline their E3 Direct? I think right now is a great time to tell us about Fire Emblem because it's coming out this year. Yoshi needs some kind of information. And then from there, who knows? We already know Mario Tennis is there, and we know in this case some 3DS stuff is going to be there. Other than that, it's anyone's guess. So let me know what you guys think about this Nintendo Direct coming tomorrow. What are your best guesses? What do you think is going to be there? Because I know a lot of people are very, very excited for this. It's going to be fun. Nintendo Directs are always fun to watch because a lot of times they have something out of left field, some kind of surprise to show us, especially one that's nearly half an hour. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun ride, I think. So again, stop by tomorrow, guys. We'll go live 15 minutes ahead of time, get us all set up, and then we'll kind of sit back, watch the Direct, talk about it a bit, and then it will be included in Newswave the next morning. So if you do miss it, come on by and we'll kind of summarize it and talk about it there as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave your comments down below about what you think's going to be at this Direct. Are you happy that there is a Direct now, or are you hoping that they would hold off for another month or even towards E3? I think most people wanted it yesterday, so I think a lot of people are excited. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.